Hello, how are you? Welcome to week three. Okay, we are coming to you from camp today, and this video is intended to teach you some poses. We're going to call them moon poses because they are poses more for getting ready to go to bed, getting ready to relax, helping you stretch out your body before you go to sleep. So, as always, we have Miss Lily in our background. Miss Lily.
Oogie Boogie Book.
Oogie Boogie Book, and we have Mr. Current. He's right here. Okay, so
Let's begin.
we'll start. Miss Tracy's a little bit better at the bell than I am, a lot better. So we'll start with our bell.
Ready to connect. Something a little different.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, remember
Mr.
our
Current.
3 breaths as we inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Nice job, everybody.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to explain the poses, and I'm going to show you the poses. And also they will be uploaded onto your Google Classroom so that you can see them up close any particular time. Okay, so Miss Tracy's going to show you the first one. Let me show you here. Is rock pose, or sometimes we call it seed pose. What you're going to do is you're going to come to your mat, or you're going to come to your bed, or wherever you're comfortable. Make sure that you clear the air or the space around you for sure, and you can sit on your knees, or if that bothers you, you can do wide-legged child's pose. This is also called child's pose or rock. Your arms can be, as you see, she's got her elbows bent, or you can straighten your elbows, but this time you want to be in like a relaxed, more of a relaxed state, okay? Nice and comfortable. You're resting. This is always a resting pose. If someone is near you and you want them to come by and you want them to kind of like press on your tailbone, on your back to help you relax a little bit more, that's very helpful. But you want to get really, really comfortable. Okay? So this is for being grounded, for being silent, and for being still. Okay? So you can take a couple deep breaths there, and this way you can feel your ribs expanding on your legs. Then we're going to rise up, and we're going to start by just standing in mountain pose. So you're going to come to the middle of your space. Make sure that you're comfortable. If you're standing on your bed, make sure that your feet are hip distance apart so that you're not falling. Okay, and sometimes when you do mountain pose, we press our palms together, okay? But this time you can have your, either way, or you can have your arms by your side. Like I said, we're doing something to get you ready for bed, so not using a lot of energy. This is grounding to the earth. This is for strength and being majestic, okay? So we're doing mountain pose. And then we're gonna start with a moon pose. So you're gonna take your arms and you're gonna bring them above your head, so reach your arms all the way up, and you can bring your palms together or apart, either way, and then keeping your legs straight down on the mat. All you're going to do is you're going to bend your hips to one side and take a couple deep breaths. So notice that her hips are still, I call them your hip headlights. Your hip headlights are still facing forward. Okay, she's not reaching all the way down, but if you want to reach a little bit further down, but you want to keep your hip headlights to the side. You're not reaching forward. It's not a forward fold. And then you can come back up to center, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side.
One side may feel a little different than the other.
Right, and
But
you're getting
definitely
you're getting a really nice stretch on the side, on your hips. Your ribs are stretching. So we can call this crescent moon pose, and you can do that 2 to 3 times on each side. Okay, so that's your crescent moon pose. And then after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale just for transition. We're gonna inhale our arms all the way up, so kind of like a sun salutation. Yep. And then we're gonna bend at the hips, and we're gonna bend our knees and come down to a forward fold. So let's just drop our head, drop your neck. If someone's near you, make sure that your neck is released a little bit. Okay, if you cannot reach the ground, you can put your hands on your knees, your thighs, your shins. Okay, you can also drop your head and you can reach for opposite elbows, and then you can rock a little bit side to side, right? Make sure you drop your jaw. A lot of people keep a lot of like tension in their mouth. Okay, so just notice that right now, and you can rock a little side to side. Think of it as like a gorilla, right? You're just like bringing your body side to side. You're rocking just gently. You're kind of, you know, we're standing up a lot during the day, so this is a good release for your back. This is very good to do too when you're in school at your desk. Okay. So from forward fold, we're gonna come into a downward dog pose. So arms out. Remember, that's like a backwards triangle. Okay, hip length apart, and either your heels can be down on the ground or they can be up a little bit. You can spread your toes a little bit. You see how Miss Tracy has her hips up. Okay, so normally we call this down dog, but because we're doing moon poses, sometimes I like to call it werewolf pose, right? And if you want to be creative, you can pretend like you're howling at the moon. Thanks, Miss Tracy. That's a really nice sound, right? Okay, so she's in down dog. She's pressing down with her palms, but this time it's like gentle. Maybe you want to like wag your tail a little bit, release your hips a little bit. You can pretend like your legs are like bicycles and you're alternating back and forth. Awesome. So this time she's going to, let's see, how about we have Miss Tracy lift one leg up, bring it all the way up, and you can flex your feet here, and then maybe roll your ankles a little bit from one way, circle it the other way, and then bring your leg down, and then bring your other leg up, and then roll out your ankle, and bring your other leg down. Nice job. And then she's going to bring her feet to her hands, and she's going to come to sitting down. So you're going to come and sit, and she's going to come into, we're going to get ready for bridge pose. Ooh, I forgot to show you guys all these different poses, but I'll do that towards the end. So, okay.
Reggie?
Yep. So let me show you guys. So first, sorry about that, guys. First we were in rock. Then we were kind of like in a mountain pose, and we did a forward fold. Then we were in a werewolf downward dog pose. And now we are going into a bridge pose. So it's kind of important that, you know, you kind of start on your mat, and you can come up to a standing pose and then eventually down, right back down to the ground. You don't want to go up, down, up, down. It kind of tricks your brain. So you want it to be in a nice sequential order. Okay.
A nice flow.
A nice flow, exactly. Okay, so now we're in bridge pose. So she's on her back, okay, and her feet are, her knees are up and her feet are flat on the mat, okay, and then her fingertips are reaching for her ankles. So make sure that you do that, and her hips are, her hips are hip length apart, okay, and what you're gonna do is, she can push down with her palms, and she's gonna lift her hips up. And let's see, maybe we'll do this 3 times. So she's gonna inhale when she comes up, and then exhale when she comes down. Think about your belly like a balloon. Then she's gonna inhale, coming up, and exhale, come down. And one more. She's gonna inhale, coming up, and exhale, coming down. So sometimes we do this with your arms interlaced underneath your body. Right? She's showing you that. If you feel like you need that right now, you can do that as well. Okay, but make sure that your feet are flat. You don't really want to be on your tippy toes, right? Because that's adding extra energy, that's adding extra strain. Okay, but it depends on how your body feels. And then come all the way back down. Okay, nice job. Okay, after that, we're gonna have her pretend like her knees are like windshield wipers. So she's gonna windshield wiper. So her feet are gonna be on the ground. Her arms are out like a T. And then her head is gonna go to one side. Her legs are gonna go to the other side. And she's just breathing one way. So she's inhaling when she goes one side and exhaling when she goes the other way. So if your legs are to the, if her legs are to the left, her head is to the right, and vice versa. Okay, that's a nice twist. I'll show you what that looks like. That's called lying twist. Think about it like a pretzel, right? You're kind of twisting your pretzel. And actually, that is a very good pose for digestion. Helps you stay relaxed, receptive, and open. So that helps with your whole stomach area, actually.
All right.
And then she's gonna slowly come and sit on up. And then our last pose is called a river pose. So this is like a forward fold, but on your mat, okay? So she's gonna bring her legs out, okay? Like a staff pose, sometimes we call it. And her legs are flexed, okay? Toes are to the sky, okay? And she's gonna like make sure she's gonna wiggle her hips so that her sits bones are actually on the ground, okay? Get nice and comfortable, and she's gonna pretend like she's like flowing in a river, right? So she's gonna reach her arms above her head, and she's gonna inhale. She's long and fluid. She's gonna breathe and flow. She's gonna bring her arms either to her toes. Make sure she's bending her knees a little bit so you're not hurting your knees, or your arms can be by your shins. They could be on your knees. You want this to kind of be like a flow, like a little current. You're not stretching so much. If you feel like you need to stretch, that's good too. But remember, we're doing moon poses, so it's more of a restorative pose. So she's long and fluid. She breathes and flows. Think of yourself as a water current and being a deep river. So your spine is reaching down. She's folding a little further each time she breathes out. And then when she feels like it, she can hold the pose. She's dropping her neck, she's dropping her head. And imagine you're in warm water and let yourself just kind of melt. So you're taking deep breaths in, deep breath out. You might feel your breath in your back for this pose. And then she's gonna inhale her arms up. And she's gonna bring her arms down into a namaste pose. Excellent. Okay. And she can crisscross her legs. And she's going to get nice and comfortable. And it's always important to end with maybe a 30-second kind of mindful meditation. Okay, you can bring your thumbs and your pointer finger to touch like you're making an O. Okay. And if your legs don't feel like that, you can have them out. Totally up to you how you feel. Okay, notice how your body feels by stretching. And then, after you do a little bit of mindful meditation and you take a couple deep breaths in and out, you can certainly get ready for bed. And then we call that in yoga nidra, or we call that shavasana, and that's just resting pose. So we hope that you have a fabulous night. We hope that helps you to get ready for bed. You certainly don't have to do all the poses. You can pick and choose what feels good to you. Everybody's body is different. And we thank you guys very much. And we all say, Namaste.